Let me say that it's been 2.5 years. This has been a long and very difficult journey for Patty, for our daughters Amy and Annie, and for me, of course. I've waited 2.5 years to finally get a chance to get on the witness stand and tell the truth, and to take as long as it takes to answer every question as honestly and as fully as possible. And I would have been certainly willing to spend 2.5 years on the stand to get the full story out. 2.5 years to listen to falsehoods, misstatements, conversations twisted out of context. In fact, less than 2% of the tapes have still only been played in this trial, and to the very end, the government prosecutor twisting my words and twisting the truth when it comes to some of those issues. But we feel relieved, Patty and I, that we've had our chance. We literally did have our days in court where I had a chance to be able to get up there and to answer honestly every single question that I was asked, and to answer as fully as I was allowed to answer. And so we're grateful for that. While I'm here, I want to express my gratitude to my legal team and to paraphrase something from Shakespeare, from Henry V, with my group, we happy few, we band of brothers and sister, Lauren over here, took on the big power, and they fought so hard and so committed to get the truth out. And so expressing what Patty and I feel deeply in our hearts, how grateful we are.
Rod, were you the victim of a great frame-up?
I have a strong opinion about that, but I'm going to let the jury make the decision.
All of the public statements you made.
Let me also say this. I want to say this too. Again, we've said this before, but Patty and I think maybe Patty wants to say how grateful we are to all the different people over the last 2.5 years who've shared with us their kindnesses, their good wishes, their thoughts and their prayers, how that has helped sustain us in what has been, again, a very long and hard ordeal for our children, for Patty, for me, and it's been a very lonely ordeal. You wake up on the morning of December the 8th, 2008, and you're the governor of the 5th biggest state in America, and pretty much everybody calls you back, and pretty much you got a lot of friends. And then this happens to you the next morning, December the 9th, 2008, and then nobody calls you, and those people you thought were your friends are, for a lot of different reasons, no longer what you thought they were. It's a very lonely time, but we've been so blessed because we've had the chance to be able to listen to from different people across Illinois and across America who've expressed their good wishes to us and have conveyed to us that they've been praying for us. And so I can't begin to tell you how meaningful that is to both Patty and me. And I think maybe Patty may want to say something about that.
So no regrets that you took the stand?
New.
No regrets that you testified? It sounds like you made the right decision. You're happy with that decision, because the government tried to twist your own words, as you said, whether the jury believes that or not, and they called you a liar, blatantly called you a liar.
All I can tell you is that I said all along it was my intention to get up there and testify and tell the truth. And I've been waiting for 2.5 years to do it, and I had to wait. So in the interim, I did what I could to talk to as many people who would listen to me. So I did the different TV shows and all those other things. I do the best I could to follow the rules, which again, as you know, so much of what I'd like to be able to say about this case is under seal. And so much of it is still under seal. And those very people who've accused me, who twisted my words, and who continue to do it even now in the 11th hour, are twisting some of the facts and what's actually happened here. And bear in mind, they've only played less than 2.5% of the tapes. I wish you could hear all those tapes, and maybe one day you will.
Did the judge trick you into taking the stand?
Did you get a fair shake?
Did the judge trick you into taking the stand?
You got the bag on.
Aaron, did you, the prosecutor suggested that you
First, let me say one thing. I know a lot of lawyers around town, and when it was announced,
No, you don't.
when Aaron was giving the closing argument, they said, "Are you sure you're doing the right thing? You're more experienced than Aaron." And I said, "I know I'm doing the right thing." Well, let me say to all those lawyers, they know now that I did the right thing. And you could not have had a better closing argument than Aaron Goldstein gave today.
Are you happy with it?
Of course we're happy with it.
You guys filed a motion for mistrial. Do you think you are not, I mean, explain to people at home why you did so today and the arguments that were made in that. You didn't get a fair shake from the judge.
The motion was filed, and it was filed publicly.
Right.
First, let me say this. Let me interrupt.
I think he did want to do it.
Let me interrupt him. There were many points we wanted to file, and Judge Zagel suggested that we file one omnibus motion, and that's why we filed this one motion.
Aaron, one of those points in there says that the judge essentially misled you, and that led to Blagojevich taking the witness stand, and that he was kind of double-crossed and tricked into taking the stand. Can you explain that?
I think what I could say about the motion is we filed it, we stand by it, but as far as discussing it in public, we just leave it to what goes on in court.
Won't the judge's statements be made? Won't the judge's statements?
Very good. Why? Because I think
Aaron,
we got
won't the judge's statements be made public about what he said? And isn't your contention that Judge Zagel said that Rod Blagojevich would be able to defend himself by saying he believed the law was such that he did nothing wrong? Isn't that your motion?
Yeah, you're talking about the motion. It's publicly filed. We stand by what we did. We don't want to discuss the motion that we filed out in public. But it's publicly filed, and it'll be argued at some point, and certainly within the court for everyone to talk about and observe as we argue the motion. But it's not appropriate now to be talking about it.
What do you think your chances are with this jury? Are you confident that you can get them away with an acquittal?
Absolutely. I mean, it's a fundamental view that we have. We have stood by Rod the whole way, and we believe in him, and we believe in him. So it's only logical that if you believe in your case, you believe you got a shot. These are 12 people that we know are good human beings and are going to look at the facts. So based on that, we absolutely do think we have a good
Aaron, did Rod hurt himself in any way by taking the stand?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Was it how did he help himself?
Well, he got to tell the truth. I mean, there's a lot of tactical reasons he helped himself. Tapes were allowed to be played because he testified. But the fact is, he got to tell exactly what happened. He got to tell exactly what happened, and that's the truth. And that's why he's absolutely benefited in the case. We have an absolutely great chance because he testified.
Did he take the stand in opposition to your advice?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, this was a complete unified effort. I mean, we can't tell you everything that goes on behind closed doors, but this is as unified team as you're going to get.
Aaron, now that it's over, can you tell us about the preparation that went into him going on the stand? Give us some details behind the scenes in that respect, at least. He was clearly.
Where do you want to start?
Well,
What year do you want to start?
There's not enough time. There's not enough time.
Well, give me a shot.
Your news shows are not long enough for us to relate all the preparation that occurred.
The key is, when it comes to preparation, I think it might be misleading to somehow say like we're going over answers and telling them what to say. That's not going on. But the preparation was for a very, very long time.
Months?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it happened before the first trial. Believe it or not, when we said, and Rod said he was going to testify before the first trial, that was absolutely believed by everyone. We went into that trial, we went into the last days knowing absolutely he was going to testify. We looked at the case, thought they hadn't proven their case, and we decided it didn't need to be done. That was a group decision. And the group decision here was for him to testify. And we prepared him, and he prepared. Really, it's more than just us preparing him. He sat down, and he read every single one of those calls, and listened to every single one of those calls, and looked through the documents, and went over everything as best he could to try and remember everything. And I think he was very prepared.
Are you concerned because of the condensing of the government's case? We've all been through this once before. Is this time you face tougher obstacles now because of the streamlined government case?
No, no. The fact that it's streamlined, all that means, and if you think about it, it ended up being close to about the same length of the trial. Now, that's because we put witnesses on and Rod testified for a while. But no, that makes no difference. I mean, they cut out certain portions. Our view is, and it's crystal clear, that the same portions they put in are from last trial, and the truth is the truth. We feel just as good as we did the first trial as we do this trial.